Points-wise toward the cutoff, but we're still 9 races away. How much of your mindset's on winning versus protecting what you got?
I think I definitely, at the moment, feel like worrying about protecting what we have is a little dangerous. I mean, 9 races left. I know not all of them are going to have new winners, but you look ahead to this weekend, Daytona, the road courses on the schedule of how competitive the field's gotten on road courses as well. There's a lot of opportunities for new winners. So I'd say to score well and win, you have to do the same thing. So for us, I mean, I don't think we need to be desperate and throw away a second or third place finish to win a race, but if we keep putting ourselves in the top 5, we should be able to eventually win a race.
There have been a string of new winners here over the last few weeks. Say on Monday, Tuesday, how much are you paying attention to that and realizing, we could get bumped out by a new winner?
It could happen for sure. I don't think it's, to the point where you've got to be losing sleep over it, but you definitely don't want to be, going to bed throughout the week thinking, oh, we're good, we're not going to have that many new winners. Easiest way to take care of it is just win a race, and that's what we show up every weekend to do. So hopefully we're able to capitalize on our speed and get that done.
Thank you.
Tyler, making your 200 series start this weekend. If you go back and tell yourself 200 starts ago, one thing, what would it be?
That's a great question. This stuff's very competitive. I mean, I guess I would have just told myself, if I go back to start 1, 2, or 3, just keep your head up. It's going to work out. Keep working. Things are going to get better. You're going to find more speed and eventually get to victory lane. For that first year and a half was definitely tough. We had moments of speed and chances of winning races, but it did take a while to get that first victory. So, yeah, that's all I would tell myself. Just rough it out. It'll be fine.
Did the team diagnose the brake rotor issues for last week on all 3 cars?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just too aggressive with the package we went with. Unfortunately, by nature of what we do, we all show up very similar to the racetrack, and when one had an issue, we were all alarmed. When the second had, when Bubba had his issue, we knew we were in big trouble. So I think it could have been me or him that had that failure when it did. Time it seemed like I was only a couple laps away from having the failure myself. So his yellow essentially is what kept the third car in the race, and then from there we just tried to have a game plan and just take care of the brakes until we could address it.
So it was something the team did, nothing quality control issue with the brakes themselves.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident that you guys have it resolved for next time? I know obviously you're not going to use too many brakes here this weekend.
I would think, yeah, I would say so.
Jumping ahead to next week, I know we're on race of the time going to Chicago. What are your thoughts?
That weekend is one of the more fun ones on the year. For me, I would say it's one of my favorites. Looking years back, I've enjoyed going to Chicago a lot these last 2 years. But I also had a lot of fun in Mexico City as well. So for me, what's nice about Chicago is that my wife has a lot of family that lives there, that's in the area. We go up there, we get to see a lot of family and friends. We get to take in all the sights that I love about Chicago. So all in all, it's a great weekend of racing for myself. It's a track that I've really enjoyed racing at. But also there's just a lot of other great things to go with too.
This season challenge begins, close for $1 million. How exciting is that?
Very exciting, but we get started here at Echo Park. So obviously, most weekends you're matched up with Kyle Larson, right? You got to run top 5 to win, and tonight or tomorrow night could just be a matter of who survives throughout the night, who's running at the end.
So we're working on a story with the crossover. I see the cape. Are you gonna rock it like Jimmy did back in the day?
I don't know. The cape, the Velcro around the cape was a little tight today, so that might be difficult to manage tomorrow night. We'll see. I might have to make adjustments.
And just from a team perspective, how big is it that you do have, something that big with Upper Deck and something both on the car?
Yeah, it's great to be able to work with, a lot of the companies that work with 2311. There's been a number of really cool crossover opportunities over the years, and there's just continuation of that. So obviously
Something happened?
There's a lot of people around me right now.
You're on pole position.
No, is that right?
Yeah.
That damn sure won't be like that on a racetrack, so I'll take it.
You and Suarez are close friends and obviously rivals in the in-season tournament. Have you guys gone back and forth at all yet?
Did you see how hard he was working out in his stories on Instagram? Mm-hmm. It's Atlanta, bro. It ain't that serious. He's really nervous, I guess.
When you look at Chicago Street Course, in terms of communication with your spotter, what is that like? Is there areas where you're kind of riding blind and they're not really able to kind of give you a guidance of what's going on there? And how does that compare to other road courses?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that because I think the way that the spotters are treated, not really treated, but their opinion at some of the tracks that we go to is complete BS. Like spotters into turn 1 in Mexico. Do you know where they were standing?
Yeah.
You can't see anything.
Yeah.
And so if we want to talk about safety and all this stuff, either say we're not racing with spotters or get them in a position and make sure the area is safe for them to operate in, to give us the safety and the protocols that we need. Sticking them behind trees or behind banners or whatever is, at this point where we're at in the year, is completely unacceptable. So we go to a lot of tracks where even some ovals are Phoenix.
Pocono? Sorry.
Yeah, you just threw me off. Okay, but no, it's places like that. But like, where are they going to stand for Pocono? Pocono's so different. Indy, I think they can stand in the center, and because they're into turn 1 in Indy, right? There's infrastructure and buildings around to move them, and apparently it's a massive deal to move the spotters. So Freddie at Mexico was in the stadium section and was able to call a lot of corners, but still there's some blind sections. So I'm not looking to have a spotter in every blind section, but what they had in turn 1 is completely unacceptable, and it seems like they don't give a damn. So hopefully I get called to the hall to talk about it because it's complete bullshit. But I'm sure when we go to Mexico, I can't remember where the areas are where they're blind, where we need
You're
somebody.
talking Chicago, right?
Or what did I say?
You said Mexico.
Oh yes, Chicago. Chicago. I think there's an area there, but Mexico was just ridiculous. But anyways, enough of my soapbox though. I'm good. Thanks for letting me vent.
You're welcome. Who knew?
I didn't know you.
Damn, everybody left.
I didn't know they wanted to listen to Freddie so much.
It's not even Freddie. It's just crazy. Like, we talk about safety so much, and that's a big deal. If they can't see, where we're at on the racetrack, then what's the point of them even being there? That's my biggest thing. We rely so much on spotters that the minute they don't say anything, it's like, okay, I guess I'm clear. Well, I could have just run somebody off the racetrack, not known, or they don't see a wreck. So it's just little things like that we are in 2025. We have enough technology, we have enough smart decision makers to make smarter decisions, and we yet to do that.
What is that like when you were at Chicago?
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code FRONTSTRETCH to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay rewarded.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back more for some great racing video content. And if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.